Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm making another video about the Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix adaptation. The more I hear about it, ooh, the worse I feel about it. The worse I feel, and maybe I should have done like all of the research before I posted the first like initial kind of reaction. But if you want to see my reaction to sort of some of the news about Kurik and when I had maybe less information, I felt like it was pretty fair. But I mean, I can assume people, I don't want to kill people's hype. You know, that's the problem I have is that I don't want people to feel bad about the show. Like I want people to feel good about it. If they're excited about it, I want them to feel excited about it. Like I just want to like present my side, my point of view. And I think, I think I'm not the only one. I think I'm not the only person. So today we're going to be talking about I was already concerned with the idea that they were going to extend roles like Kurik's role into season one because first of all, Kurik wasn't even a character in season one. He was introduced in season two, right? And not even named. I don't think he was even named in his first introduction. He was just like, shown very briefly. So, I mean, I guess it's all right to expand on characters' lore. I'm okay with that, you know. But the problem I was explaining in the video is that when they expand on other things, then they have to take away because especially it was assumed that we were gonna get like 1 hour long. It was assumed we were gonna get 1 hour long episodes. And we were going to get 10 of those, but now apparently we're only going to get 8 episodes and they're all going to be an hour long. And by an hour long, I'm guessing that means like 50 minutes or whatever. Like, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it could be like a whole hour. I don't really know because it seems like when I watch Disney, right? The hour long Disney, I mean like the Disney shows, right? Like WandaVision or like the Book of Boba Fett. Like those shows, the hour long format is like it could be 30 minutes or it could be like an hour, right? So I just want to know exactly what are the time. Like we're not going to get that until we actually see the episodes, obviously. So we're not going to even see like what the actual runtime of the whole show is until we get the entire series, and it's going to drop all at once, I assume, right? Isn't that how Netflix does it? For me, it's like I could leave it or I could take it. Like it's not something I'm inspired by. You know, like Avatar Studios, I'm so excited to see what kind of stuff they're making next, especially knowing, oh, all of the same people are going to be involved in that. All of the same people, right? So it's just like, which one do I prefer? I prefer the same. I prefer the original, right? I don't prefer doing this. And it almost seems like I said this in the other video. See, this is gonna be the true tea video, guys. Don't come for me. Like I said in the other video, it seems like they almost took away all of the wrong lessons. Which, yes, like we don't like that there was problems with the casting in the original. Like I think that it was a problem that they casted like mostly white character, like you know what I'm saying, or white people for maybe Asian character. I mean, it's not really explicit that the characters are Asian; they're kind of their own ethnicity. But if we're gonna approximate, then we're gonna approximate to like indigenous Native Americans for Asaka and Katara, and like Asians for the other characters, right? I understand that. I understand that. I understand it. Okay, but I think that that's good for the on-screen, which is fine. Like I'm happy that there's a lot of people involved, and it's not that I'm concerned with anyone in particular. I think all of the showrunners they've produced content before. You know, like I think one of them created Nikita, which is I guess an all right show. I haven't really seen that much of that, but or I think another one worked on the Lego movie. So that's good. That's I'm that's good. I think, right? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think that's good, but I guess the problem I'm having is like I would rather they prioritize the original creators, right? I would rather them not like, yes, the diversity is good. Maybe to include that alongside the original creators, right? Like it's not good to just replace it. If we're gonna supplement it, we're gonna do something different. So this is what leads me into okay. So we know all this about Kurik, right? They're gonna add Kurik into season one somehow with when they only have 8 episodes to tell 20 episodes of a story. Are you guys seeing the problem? I don't care if the runtimes is nearly equal, right? So they're gonna fit what, like the first. What would that be? Like, what is 4 divided by? What's 20 divided by 8? That would be like they're gonna do like three episodes on average for each. Is that what it's gonna be? So we're gonna get like, oh, that's. I don't know about that. You know, like I don't know. I almost would rather just do like 20-minute episodes, you know, or whatever. I mean, I guess we'll see how they execute. I don't know about you guys. You're gonna fit 20 episodes into 8 episodes. Okay, whatever. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see how they work it. We're like, I get how the first episode would work, and I get how the last episode would work. I'm not understanding the middle episodes. That's the problem. I'm not. Okay, this is where I'm sorry. Things are gonna get kind of shady. It's already been kind of shady. Let's be real. It was already kind of shady. Like, you know, I feel like I had to like walk on eggshells over here. Like, I don't want to piss people off because I know people are gonna get mad and they're gonna call, and especially for this too, because I've already seen this on, like, if you go to places like Reddit or Twitter, right? I'm just saying there are people who because you have a criticism of the show, they want to attach you with like a, I don't know, with like an ideology or something, and it just is really weird. Like, if you say, like, for instance, like what I just said about I would rather than prioritize the creators, like, I think people are going to misinterpret that and say like I'm a racist or something, right? That's not the point. The point is I'm glad that there's diversity, especially in the cast. I would like there to be add more diversity by adding more people, by adding the creators. Now with this, okay, this is a new issue. So we already have all of these lingering problems of like how they're gonna turn 20 into 8, creators leaving, like every creative voice that made the original series amazing, the music, obviously the creative directors, the showrunners, all of that. The animators, like everything is not in this series. It's all being produced by Netflix with a $15 million budget or whatever per episode, which is just insane. That's as much as like Game of Thrones was getting in the last season, which let's remind everyone. The amount of money you get during an episode does not make equal quality, like we saw with the last season of the Game of Thrones. Okay, but on top of all of these issues, right, that I'm explaining, and with Kurik, they're extending new roles, and that means they're gonna cut other episodes and do different things with all the, and it just, I don't know what they're gonna do. They're also adding a whole new character into the mix. So not only do they have to compress 20 episodes into 8 episodes, they're also going to add a new character, and by the way, they're cutting another character for this. And I've seen on Reddit, like when this was announced like I think a while ago actually. People were like defending this, and that's fine. It's totally cool. Like, people can have their own different opinions. I thrive on that. You know, I like that this channel hopefully has allowed people to have debate in a healthy way. So they're cutting the character Oyaji, which probably nobody knows who this character is. They were the governor and the warriors of Kyoshi. And they actually are a recurring character. So they come up in Avatar Day. He explains to Aang about the legend of Avatar Kyoshi. So people's initial reaction seems kind of like, well, whatever. It's like a kind of a minor character, so it's not that important. And what are they doing with this character? So instead of having the mayor or governor of Kyoshi be this man who actually... And look, I think people are trying to also kind of like diminish this character. There are a lot of characters in the Avatar universe. Even just the first series. There's a lot of characters, and there's a lot more minor characters than this character. I'll just say that this character actually has kind of a significant role because he does do things in the plot. Not only that, but he, in the extended material, also plays a role. Even just in a comic book a year ago, in the comic Suki alone, he showed up and played like a minor role in that story. And instead of expanding on that character, who's already established, already has a relationship to the Kyoshi warriors and to Suki, what they're doing is they're turning him into a woman and making him Suki's mom. Okay, why? Like, again, this is my why. Like, why? What's the point? And I get that people maybe want to see Suki have more of a role in this show, which I agree, I want that to happen. But there's other elements, in my opinion, that they could have expanded upon other than her having a mom. Like, what does it do to like have to include another character? They could have just had a more significant relationship. They could have just had the character Oyaji have a more significant role with Suki. Like, am I crazy? Or is that like forbidden to say? But yes, even minor characters in a franchise like Avatar: The Last Airbender are relevant and matter, right? Kaya is a minor character. Actually, Kaya appears in fewer episodes than Oyaji does. So I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that Kaya is a more minor character. I'm just saying that he shows up in other, like, it's not like he's just this one and done character. Like, no, he's there. It's okay to have minor characters also. Like, it's okay to not have a character who's outstanding and has some sort of significant role in the plot all of the time. We need characters like the governor of Kyoshi Island. Like, we just need this sort of character that exists to fulfill this specific role. Nobody else could have delivered that dialogue to Aang in Avatar Day. He had to do that. And now now they're gonna replace that with Suki's mom for no reason. For no reason. I don't know, for the reason to like make Suki more likable, I guess. Why do we need this? I don't understand, because what, like, how does that impact the ripple throughout the other entire, like, think about this. Okay, what do you think Suki's mom is gonna think about Sokka and Suki's relationship? Sokka comes onto the island and immediately dismisses the Kyoshi warriors and says that they're all like women and they all don't know how to fight, and that he'll show them how to fight. How do you think that her mom is going to react? You think that and then she's just going to be like, oh, he had such great character growth. Like, it just looks weird. It looks weird to me. Oh, okay, she's just going to be accept that Sokka and Suki have a relationship, like, going forward, or like, is that even going to be a thing? Like, it's probably not even going to be a thing. Tomlin Tomita will play Yukari, Suki's mother and fiercely protective mayor of her village on Kyoshi Island. Okay, first of all, they didn't even get the lore right, girl. They didn't even get the lore right. Kyoshi Island does not have a mayor. They have a governor. But okay, yes, sure, whatever. Yeah, whatever. They're replacing a character. They're replacing this character with Suki's mom, right? And they're gonna take away from her character doing it, because they're gonna make it seem like she only was like trained because she was the daughter. Now she's the leader of the Kyoshi's warriors, not because she actually got there from any kind of like feat or talent, because she's clearly like one of the best non-bending combatants in the whole show. But none of that. Her mom is now like going to be a better, like, cooler character than she is. She's going to have like more talent. She's going to be like a warrior, like the warrior leader of the whole Kyoshi Island. And she's giving her title over to freaking Suki, who's the leader of the Kyoshi war. Like, I hate it. I'm not mad that they're cutting this character. What I'm mad is that they're replacing it with a character who's going to have a more substantial plot. So it's like, what's the point? It's like, why not use whatever you're going to do with Suki's mom to like give her development, which ultimately just takes it away, because it makes it like, not every relationship dynamic in the show needs to be like a parent child one, right? We see a lot of different dynamics in the show, right? We see Hakoda, right? We see Ozai, we see Iroh, we see father and mother figures to younger characters all the time in this show and in Legend of Korra. Like, Suki was kind of unique in that she, didn't really have that she was sort of just like the leader of her. She was already like a respected leader in her own right, for her own talent, for her own skill. But no, now she's like the daughter of this whatever, and it's just like whatever. Look, and all the articles are going so hard for this show, so hard. It feels forced. Doesn't it feel a little forced? Avatar's The Last Airbender live action remake looks phenomenal. Like, the only thing that would have made it all right is if the original creators were on board. That's the only way that this would have been all right. It's the only way it would have been all right. I'm telling you, it's the only thing that could have made this okay. And it's not. They're not on board, and they're clearly saying every change that they've made it very clear. I mean, I don't know how more clear they could make it in there without being like, this is gonna be crap, it sucks. Like, they basically said that in the I hate to say it, but like, they basically said that in their leaving statement. Like, they didn't say anything positive about the show. They didn't say any single positive thing about it. All they said was, this is not our original creation. We are sad to leave. That's what they said, because of creative differences. And that whatever you see on the show will not reflect what we believe and what we made out of these characters. Ooh, that is a horrible place to begin. That is a horrible place to begin. So I don't know how it could look phenomenal. From that perspective alone, it looks terrible. So when they cut this character, Oyaji, in the back of my mind, it's telling me this isn't what they originally intended for the show. When they have 8 episodes instead of 20, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, this is not what they originally intended for the show. Okay, I know this was like a really salty video, and I'm sorry, because if you guys feel really positive about this show, like, I am happy for you. To be honest, I am very happy for you, right? But this is a show I grew up on. Like, I grew up on this show, guys. And I know a lot of you out there also grew up on the show, so I'm not trying to like gatekeep, right? Because it doesn't matter. We can all love this show. We can all love it. It doesn't matter if you watched it yesterday or if you watched it 20 years ago. It does not matter, right? Because there's people who were on board this show before I was, even as a kid, right? But I just want to be clear that because I have that experience, I'm coming from that perspective, all I can think of is like the cynicism of what we saw with the M. Night Shyamalan and what we see with Netflix over and over and over again with empty cash grab remakes of animated series that just aren't good. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. They're just not good. Could you imagine if it's, okay, we're learning about the Philosopher's Stone, Okay, and they're cutting Peeves as a poltergeist, which they did do, which is understandable, minor character, right? But they're replacing Peeves as the poltergeist, and now he's gonna be the mother of Hermione. Like, what? It's just like, no, nobody needs that. No one needs it. Nobody needs it. No one needs it. Hermione's characters were minor characters, and it was fine. And it was totally okay. There was no need for her characters to be outstanding, phenomenal, front run characters who needed their own progressive arc about how they started, and then they were a female warrior, and then they passed on their title to their daughter. They don't need that. They didn't need it. It didn't have to happen, right? Suki doesn't need that. There can be an exploration of her character without adding a third element. It's like the voice actor for Appa and Momo said, I just don't know how it will fulfill a better show than what was already created. I just don't know how that's possible. And if it's not doing that, then like what the point of it is just to do what? Make money. Okay. If you guys like this video, leave a like, leave a subscription. I will see you guys all in the next one.